It's late at night. The wind's howling off the Atlantic, whipping through the dunes of Long Island's South Shore. The air's thick with salt and something else. Something heavy, something wrong. Out there along Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach, the sand hides secrets. It's December 2010, and a cop's out with his K-9 unit, searching for a missing woman named Shannon Gilbert. She's a sex worker who vanished after a frantic 911 call, and they're hoping to find her alive or at least with some answers. But what they stumble on instead, a freaking graveyard. The dog sniffs out a burlap sack half buried in the brush. The cop pulls it free, and his stomach drops. Inside, there's a body or what's left of it, skeletonized, wrapped up like some sick gift. That's Melissa Barthelemy, 24 years old, gone missing back in 2009. And that's just the start. Over the next few days, they find 3 more. Megan Waterman, 22, Amber Lynn Costello, 27, and Maureen Brainard-Barnes, 25. They call them the Gilgo Four. All sex workers, all snatched from their lives, all dumped in this desolate stretch of beach like trash. The bones tell a story, strangled, bound, left to rot. No flesh left to show the terror they went through. But you can feel it in the air, can't you? That creeping dread, knowing something evil walked here. But it doesn't stop there. Over the next year, they dig up more remains, 11 sets in total. Some are partial, hacked up, scattered like puzzle pieces. Jessica Taylor, 20, found in 2003 and 2011, her head and hands chopped off, a tattoo sliced away to hide who she was. Valerie Mack, 24, dismembered, her body split between Manorville and Gilgo Beach, discovered years apart. Sandra Costilla, 28, way back in 1993, strangled and tossed in the woods. And then there's the unidentified ones, an Asian man in women's clothes, a toddler, a woman they call Jane Doe 7. The cops realize they're not just dealing with a killer. This is a monster, a predator who's been hunting for decades, leaving a trail of bodies in his wake. The scene straight out of a horror movie. Picture it. Those burlap sacks, weathered and stained, cradling what's left of these women. The killer didn't just dump them. He staged them, lined them up along the road like trophies. Some are tied with rope, others wrapped in tape, their bodies mutilated in ways that make your skin crawl. Jessica's head was gone, her hand severed, her leg cut off with surgical precision. Valerie's remains were sliced apart, packaged in black plastic bags, duct tape sealing the deal. The cops find hairs, blonde, brown, caught in the burlap, on the ropes like ghostly fingerprints. And the worst part? They think he kept them alive for a while, tortured them, played with them before the end. This isn't quick and clean. This is slow, deliberate, sadistic. You're probably feeling that knot in your gut right now, that mix of fear and fascination. Who the hell does this? How does someone get away with it for so long? For over a decade, the Long Island serial killer case went cold, a shadow haunting Suffolk County. Tips poured in, theories swirled, but the trail was dead until July 2023, when they finally nabbed a name, Rex Heuermann. And trust me, this guy's story is as twisted as the crimes he's accused of. So let's meet this guy, Rex Heuermann. Sounds like a normal name, right? Like your neighbor who waves over the fence, or the dude you pass in the grocery store. That's the scariest part. He was hiding in plain sight. Born in 1963, raised in Massapequa Park, Long Island, just a 20-minute drive from where those bodies turned up. He's 59 when they arrest him. A big guy, 6 feet 4 inches, 250 pounds, broad shoulders, a face that's all angles and shadows. He's an architect, runs a firm in Manhattan called RH Consultants, wears suits, blends into the city crowd. Married, 2 kids, living in the same rundown house he grew up in. On the surface, he's just another suburban dad. But peel back that mask, and you're staring into the abyss. Rewind to his childhood. Rex grows up in a working-class neighborhood, goes to Burner High School. Classmates remember him as the quiet kid, the oddball. Billy Baldwin, yeah, the actor, was in his class, called him mind-boggling when the news broke. Kids picked on him, called him nerdy, left him on the edges. Maureen Holpett, another classmate, told The Independent he'd slipped love notes in her locker and signed Shy, weirdly sweet. She was kind to him, but others weren't. He was a punching bag, the loner who didn't fight back. You can almost see it, can't you? That kid sitting alone at lunch, stewing, watching the world through those cold eyes. He graduates, heads to the New York Institute of Technology, gets a degree in architecture. By 1994, he's got his own firm, working on big projects in NYC, permits, renovations, the kind of stuff that makes you think he's got it together. He marries twice. First wife a mystery, but the second, Asa Ellerup, sticks around. They have a daughter, Victoria, and he takes on Asa's son from a previous relationship, a kid with special needs. They settle into that Massapequa house, a cramped, peeling relic from his childhood. Neighbors say he's a recluse, keeps to himself, doesn't chat, doesn't invite folks over. Kids avoid his place on Halloween. Not a nice guy. One neighbor told Newsweek. Another said he'd tinker in his garage, woodworking, always alone. But there's more. In the 80s, Rex worked summers at Jones Beach, just miles from Gilgo. He learns the lay of the land, the dunes, the parkways, the hidden spots where no one looks. Prosecutors say that's where it starts, that familiarity with the killing grounds. And then there's his dark side. Cops find over 350 electronic devices in his house, computers, phones, hard drives, loaded with violent porn. We're talking bondage, torture, mutilation, women tied up and sliced open. Stuff that mirrors what happened to those victims. He's got a planning document, too, a word file from 2000, listing supplies like rope, saws, foam drain cleaner, and dump sites like Mill Road, where Valerie Mack's body was found. It's got sections like body prep with notes to remove head and hands. Chilling, right? He's obsessive. Searches online for why hasn't the Long Island serial killer been caught? Digs into the task force. Tracks his victims' families. He keeps newspaper clippings, New York Post, Newsday, even a People magazine from 2016 about the case, like souvenirs. And get this, he uses burner phones, fake emails, calls escorts, taunts victims' relatives. Melissa Barthelемy's sister gets creepy calls from her dead sister's phone, a man's voice mocking her. That's Rex, they say, playing a sick game. Let's get into the meat of it, the murders. This is where it gets real ugly. So brace yourself. Rex doesn't just kill, he hunts. His victims are sex workers, women he can lure with cash and promises, women society often overlooks. He's methodical, a planner, a predator who knows how to cover his tracks. Here's how it goes down, step by gruesome step. First, the selection. He's on Craigslist back page, trolling for escorts. Melissa Barthelemy, July 2009. She's 24, petite blonde. He calls her, sets up a meet. Megan Waterman, June 2010, 22, a mom, desperate for money. Amber Costello, September 2010, 27, struggling with addiction. Maureen Brainard-Barnes, July 2007, 25, tough but vulnerable. These are the Gilgo Four, but there's more. Sandra Costilla, 1993, 28, his earliest known kill. Jessica Taylor, 2003, 20, a runaway. Valerie Mack, 2000, 24, working the streets in Philly. He picks them because they're disposable to him. Easy to snatch without raising alarms. Next, the trap. He's got a first-generation Chevy Avalanche. Dark green, hulking. Witnesses see it with Amber. $1,500 for a date. She walks out, never comes back. He meets them alone, maybe at a motel, maybe his house when Asa and the kids are out of town. Cell records show his family's gone during the killings. Asa's in Iceland, Maryland, Jersey. He's got free reign, no one to hear the screams. Then the horror. He doesn't just strangle them quick. Experts like Greg McCrary, ex-FBI profiler, say he keeps them alive days, maybe longer. Tortures his payoff. That planning document mentions playtime, hard points for suspension bondage, ceiling hooks to hang them from. Imagine Jessica Taylor, bound, dangling, her screams muffled by the roar of his saw as he cuts off her head, her hands, her leg. Valerie Mack, tied with rope, duct taped in a bag, her hand severed, her body hacked apart while she's still gasping. Sandra Costilla, strangled slow, her clothes half on, left in the woods like a broken doll. The Gilgo Four, skeletonized by the time they're found, but the burlap tells a tale. Bound tight, throats crushed, left to decay. The mutilation's next level. He's not just hiding evidence. He's savoring it. Jessica's tattoo, her son's name, sliced off her leg. Valerie's hands and head gone, making ID a nightmare. He's got tools, saws, knives, precision cuts. Prosecutors say he drains his pipes after Valerie's kill, calls a plumber, covering blood, maybe? And those hairs, Ace's, Victoria's, found on the bodies. Not because they're involved, but because Rex brings a killing home. Transfers their DNA from his clothes, his truck, his twisted lair. Finally, the dump. Gilgo Beach, Ocean Parkway, Manorville, remote, quiet, his playground. He wraps him in burlap, ties him with rope, scatters some parts to throw off the scent. The Gilgo Four lined up half a mile apart, like a sick display. Jessica and Valerie get split, torsos in Manorville, heads and limbs at Gilgo. He's got DS notes, knows the cameras on Route 112, plans every move. It's not random, it's a ritual. So why? What flips a quiet kid into a butcher? Let's dig into Rex's head. It's a dark place. Psychologically, he fits the serial killer mold. Childhood rejection, isolation, those burner high days left scars. He's not the charming psychopath like Bundy. He's the organized, calculating type like BTK. Power's his drug. Control over these women, their fear, their pain. That violent porn stash? It's not just fantasy. It's a blueprint. Bondage, torture, mutilation. He's living it out. Experts say serial killers like him escalate. Maybe it starts small, peeping, stalking, then jumps to murder. Sandra in 93 could have been his first, a test run. By 2000 with Valerie, he's refining it, cutting, planning. The Gilgo Four are his peak, 2007 to 2010, a spree of confidence. He's got a double life, architect by day, demon by night. The searches, 200 plus about the case, show he's obsessed, paranoid, thrilled by the chase. Taunting Melissa's sister? That's him flexing, proving he's untouchable. There's a sexual edge, too. The hard point notes, the porn. It's about domination, sadism. He's not just killing. He's feeding a hunger. And the souvenirs, clippings, victim photos keep the high alive. He's a collector, reliving each kill. But why sex workers? Easy access, sure, but also contempt. To him, they're objects, not people. Disposable. For years, he's a ghost. The case stalls, cops chase leads, hit walls. Then, 2022, a task force reboots it. They link the avalanche to Amber's disappearance. Trace it to Rex. Sell records, burner phones, DNA from a pizza crust he tosses in Manhattan. It's a slow burn, but they're closing in. July 13th, 2023, they grab him outside his office. He's calm, says, "I'm not guilty," but the evidence piles up. Hairs, porn, that damning document. Now, he's in Suffolk County Jail, isolated, awaiting trial. 7 murder charges: Melissa, Megan, Amber, Maureen, Sandra, Jessica, Valerie. He pleads not guilty, but the prosecution's got a mountain. DNA, witnesses, his own words. Asa divorces him. Visits sometimes, can't believe it's him. Victoria and her brother stay quiet, stuck in that house. No trial date yet. March 2025 is the next hearing, but the net's tight. So where's Rex now? Locked up, pacing a cell, reading case files, watching TV. Sheriff says he's acclimated, compliant, alone. The families want justice. Flowers for Valerie's parents, tears for all. Cops still hunt for links to Asian Doe, the toddler, Jane Doe 7. Could be more bodies out there, more nightmares buried in the sand. This isn't over. Rex Heuermann's a specter, a question mark. Did he act alone? How many more are lost? The dunes of Gilgo Beach whisper secrets, and we're left wondering, how close did we walk to the monster without knowing? Sleep tight, buddy. This one's gonna haunt you.